Everything you desire is waiting for you to claim it. There's no creating involved, only invention through imagination and building through action. You are at the center of all your desires, dreams, and achievements. Welcome to Designing Your Life Today, the podcast that's all about your success, achieving your goals, building wealth through your business, and building your most passionate, powerful, magnificent life. Discover ways to use your purpose to connect you to serving others and living your dreams. I am Pat Council, and I know you are built by design to win. And it all begins with knowing how to tap into your success energy. Let's get on the path of discovery, decisive action, development, and unwavering dedication to your life's calling. It's time to embark on a transformative journey where your deepest passions become your most rewarding achievements. Embrace your power to shape your destiny, because this is your moment to do life with power. Hello, Power Up Nation. I'm Pat Council, and on Designing Your Life Today, we are going to talk about the main keys to business success. Of course, assuming you have the right business, the keys that I'm going to share with you are the main keys to success in your business. So what's the right business? First of all, the right business is a business that, let's say, where people are willing to pay you for whatever service or products that you have to offer. Secondly, the right business is a business that you actually like doing, a business that you love, that excites you, that fulfills you. And so, assuming that all of that's in place, we're going to talk about the main keys to business success. If you study business or even talk to different people about business, they'll tell you have to be competitive. They will tell you that you have to work hard. And some of that is true up to a point, but those aren't the main keys to success in business. First of all, also assuming that you know your business, the business that you're in, that your skill set is sharp. These two main keys will guarantee that you are a success in business. Now, the first one is going to be, let's say, repetitive, because I've talked about it more than once. And so will the second one, but we're going to dive a little deeper into both of them. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys to register for the Summer Success Series. Just go to designingyourlifetoday.com/success series. Register, get your name on the list. And July 13th is kind of like the pre-series. So we're going to send you some resources and information to really help you focus more on achieving your goals, as well as being successful, not just in your personal life, but also in your business life. So with that being said, let's get on with it. Here's the first thing, and I'm going to get to the point on both of these. The first one is, in order for you to have that business success that you're looking for, you have to have clarity. And you go, well, wait a minute, you've told us that before. Yes, but do you really understand what it means to have clarity? See, with clarity comes commitment. And when you're clear about your goals in your business, what you desire to achieve, how much revenues you want to bring in, how many customers you want to connect with, all of that, when you're clear on those things, now you have to commit to doing what it takes to make that happen. You see, when we're clear on something, we don't second guess ourselves. We don't think, I wonder if I should do that. I wonder if this is for me. And we are clear that this is for you. And yes, you want to follow through on your business until you achieve the very clear goals that you've set. So if you want to be successful in business, clarity is so important. Also, a part of clarity is focus. So when we're clear on something, we know exactly what we're focused on. It's like I guess, shooting a bow and arrow or firing a weapon at a target. And you know that the object of the game is for you to hit the bullseye. Okay, so that is a part of clarity as well. So I'm very clear on the direction that I'm going in. I'm focused on that direction, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. Why? Because with clarity also comes commitment. Before you can commit to something, you have to make a decision. So that also comes with clarity. You see, when you talk to someone, you say, well, what do you want? And they say, I don't know. Well, that tells you they're not clear. So they can't make a decision on something where there's no clarity. So if they're not clear about what they want to achieve in their business, how much money they want to earn in their business, they don't even have clarity on the tools that they need for the business. And as a result, they're not going to do very much. Now, here's one thing I will point out. Your skill set, it does have to be on point. But skill set, when it comes to your business, because things change so quickly, that is something that you will have to learn and upgrade constantly. It's kind of like the internet or buying a new computer, or all the new bells and whistles. I mean, a few years ago, no one was even thinking about artificial intelligence on the level that they're thinking about it now. I mean, there were a few people that were thinking about it because they were creating it, they were building it. However, the general public, we were not thinking about artificial intelligence the way we think about it now. So in order to be successful in that business, you have to recognize that, yeah, a part of your business, it is not to be run by AI, but AI is going to help you run the business. So AI is going to become one of your best, let's say, resources, but also what I like to call your best assistant. Okay. So, and so that's the thing that you want to keep in mind, is that with clarity, there is confidence, there's a decision, and there's focus. And there also has to be a skill set. You have to be clear on what skill set you need. But skill set is the only area where it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So let's press on. So I've given you clarity. Here's the second main key that will help you successful in business, become a success in your business. Now, the second one is confidence. So you go, okay, Pat, you've talked about confidence before as well. And yes, you do need confidence. And why am I talking about that? Is because I can't tell you how many people I've met, let's say, throughout my business career who know exactly what to do. Their skill set is on point, but they don't take action. They don't act on the skills that they have. They don't follow through the way they're supposed to follow through. They're afraid to reach out to customers. And of course, while we have AI that's here today to help you with some of that, the reality of it is, depending on your business, you will have to have a conversation with people. Okay, you will have to talk to that human being, especially if you're in a service-oriented business. And I know a lot of people say, well, if someone calls me, I can have AI handle that call. You know what? I went through that with a company, and I'm not going to say what the company is, but I went through that with a particular company. And actually, I will say it was GoDaddy. I mean, I'm still a fan of GoDaddy. However, I called and I was having a problem. And everything I was working on doing, and the problem had to do with actually connecting or substituting one URL for another URL with a different site that I had put up. And for whatever reason, I've done this a countless number of times. But this time I kept having problems. So I would tell it to, hey, make this the primary URL, and it would not do it for this particular site. And so finally, when I called GoDaddy, what happened was they asked me if I wanted to have them send me information or communicate through chat. I said no. They asked me if I wanted to speak to they didn't ask. The AI bot said, hey, I can help you if you just tell me what the problem is. So I did share the problem, but I also I said, I need to speak to a live person. And of course, this went on for longer than it had to. So what did they do? They pretended to transfer me to a real person. But what they did was they transferred me to a, let's say, more lifelike AI robot or bot, if you will, chat bot. And so there it is. It's giving me instructions on exactly what to do. And you know what? It took me a minute to realize, wait a minute, I'm not talking to a real person, because he sounded like a real person. And when I realized that it wasn't a real person, was when I had a little glitch and there was a problem. And I said, hey, this isn't working. And while it did understand that, it still kept giving me the instructions it had been programmed to give me. But it turns out that the instructions were incorrect. And so that's why I was having the problem. And so it took actually 2 days to solve this simple problem. Finally, when I got a live person on the phone, he said, oh, this is simple. He said, I see what happened. And he said, we changed the way we implement this, and you were given the wrong instructions. And so I thought, okay. So with that being said, the point I'm making is a live person had to actually talk to me, because this is still, GoDaddy is still part of a service business. So there will be times when you have to talk to your clients. So you are going to need the confidence in order to talk to your clients, to prospect for clients, to network with the right people, to connect with the right people. You even need confidence to learn something new or something that will take you where you want to go in your business. So without clarity, without confidence, you're not going to be successful. And I'm talking about this because, as I said, I've met so many people and they are so smart, so brilliant, learn super fast, know exactly what to do. And yet they freeze. Okay. Or they do the minimum. Well, the only reason a person would do the minimum is because they don't feel like they deserve to have the maximum or to have even more than what they have. So that's a confidence issue. There are other reasons, but right now we're focusing on confidence. I'm going to say that's the main issue, is confidence. So you have to have confidence in your business. I mean, even the Bible tells us to get confidence, for it has great recompense of reward. So you can't get the rewards without confidence. And I see this, as I said, I've seen it over the years, and I see it often where people who want to succeed in business, they want to win in business. They have a great product. They have a great service. They're super capable. And as I said, they know their skill set, but at the same time, you know what? They do very little work, because without confidence, you're not going to do very much. You're going to sabotage your own success without confidence, because with confidence, or lack of confidence, comes a low deserve level. With confidence comes a high deserve level. That's not being arrogant. It's getting what you deserve and what you desire, and you've earned it. The other reason why you need confidence, there are people who will not ask to get paid what they're worth because they lack the confidence to do that. And they settle for less than what they deserve, instead of going for their highest and best, because they know they're going to deliver the best service. So they settle. So these are two simple keys. The other thing, that when you lack confidence, you won't try new things. Okay. You won't reach out. And in this case, I do mean try. Okay. That means, you're just going to kind of just check it out to see if it might even work for you. So if you lack confidence, new things are just out of the question. You convince yourself that you're not good at something. And I've seen that happen as well. And people who lack confidence will hold on, for dear life to that lack of confidence by convincing themselves, oh, I'm not good at that. How do you know you're not good at something if you don't put it out there? I've seen people who speak so eloquently, and then if it's time for them to get, let's say, to speak on camera in front of a crowd, and we're talking live on a stage, they freeze up. And so it's so amazing. But that's a confidence issue. So what do you do about all these things? Okay, first of all, I've pretty much gave you the answer when it comes to clarity. All right, make a decision. Decide what you're going to focus on. Know the outcome that you desire to have. When it comes to confidence, again, make a decision, but learn your craft and practice the very thing that is causing you to freeze up. Practice the very thing that's stopping you. If you have a problem with prospecting and talking to people and telling people about your business, then practice that until it becomes second nature. Do you know what? The most amazing thing about having confidence is it starts with a smile. And I know that sounds silly, but I'm a person that likes to smile. And so when I smile, if I meet someone and I smile, automatically they feel welcomed to have a conversation with me. And sometimes they'll even ask me, what do you do? And I start to tell them what I do. And then they want to know more. And you know what? I've actually gotten clients that way, even if I wasn't looking for a client. Now, on the other hand, there are times when I am looking for clients. So what do? If I'm talking to someone and I go, wow, I see what they need and I can help them with that, then I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to be shy about it. I think people have this idea that if you're selling something, that you have to be pushy. Well, that's just poor salesmanship. That's another thing. If you're in business, you have to learn to sell. And that's going to increase your confidence, because when you start to practice that, then all of a sudden it is second nature. It is second nature to me now to offer a product, to offer a service. And when I was in real estate, it became second nature. The business I'm in now, it's second nature. When I was with a multi-level marketing company, I believed in the product I was offering people, and so it was second nature. I learned what I needed to learn. And I practiced it until it felt like second nature. And I knew something about all of the products. And people could ask me any question, even the products that I didn't use. Okay, and I couldn't use them. It was a cosmetic company. So, of course, I'm not going to put on foundation that doesn't match my skin tone. But I knew about the foundation and how it would work and how it would feel. So I tried everything that I could try. Okay. And the things that I couldn't try, like perhaps men's cologne, I smelled it. And while I was not about to use men's shaving cream because it smells like a man, I at least bought some and would kind of squirt some out of the tube. And I knew how soft it felt and everything. So I was able to describe it and sell people on the merits of what these products would do for them. You see, and I could do that with confidence because I had tried the product, I had used the products were appropriate, and of course I had learned what those products were able to do, what they brought to the table. So think about that. If you get confident, so many people fail in business because they're simply not confident. The other thing that comes with confidence is you're going to get paid what you're worth. You're going to set your business based on a certain foundation. And that foundation must include a certain level of respect. When it comes to my business, I'm respected as a business owner who offers the products and services that I offer. Why? Because I know my business really well and I carry myself as such, and I don't settle. unless there are times when I might do something to help someone out. That's not settling. That's just me giving back or giving at that point in time. So with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. But I wanted to share those two things. Stop trying to learn everything that's out there. Stop looking for all the hacks and everything. And stop saying, oh, this one's good, I'm going to try this. And then you don't do anything with it until you get clarity and you build your confidence. Now, of course, the other thing that will build your confidence is actually doing the work and not being afraid to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with not knowing all the answers to the questions. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know the answers to all of the questions. I don't even know the questions and what answers go with those. But that does not stop me. Okay. It doesn't stop me because you know how I learn? Once I get it wrong, I now know the question and I know the answer. So, and it makes me sharper and I learn fast and I don't make that mistake again. So think about these things. Take a look at your business and ask yourself, hey, is it because I don't know my business? Is it because I don't know my craft? Is it because I don't know what I'm doing? Is this the reason that I'm not achieving my goals in my business? I'm not making the kind of money that I desire to make? Ask yourself that question. See, if you're not prospecting, if you're not reaching out to customers, if you're not doing the things that you know you must do in order to build a very strong business, then confidence is probably what's stopping you. So if you really want to make it easier for yourself, instead of the whole, okay, I need to learn more. I need to get on YouTube and watch 20 videos and do absolutely nothing throughout the day except watch those. I need to create these different systems and I need to pay for this and pay for that. Instead of doing that, take a look in your confidence box and see what's going on there. Now, I will tell you this. Sometimes you may need a mentor or a coach or both to help you with your confidence. While they can't give you confidence, they can help you build your confidence. Okay, they can perhaps show you some things. And that's one of the things that I deal with when I'm coaching people. I can immediately tell, wow, they are so skillful. They are so good at this. And then I can immediately see that they don't have confidence. I can see the things that are stopping them. And it's been my experience over all these years, two things: clarity, confidence. They lack clarity and they lack confidence. Doesn't mean confidence is not in you, because that's one of the things that's been put in you. Okay, that's why you're built by design to win. So you have confidence. It's just not developed. You haven't activated it. You talk yourself out of it. Okay, because you think if you step out there and you be your most powerful self, your most magnificent self, you think that means that you're boasting. That's not what it's about, you guys. Whatever you have to bring to the table, bring it. Bring it with confidence. Be clear about what you're bringing and bring it with confidence. And before you know it, you will be doing life with power. Okay, your business will start to thrive. Okay, so now I am going to wrap up. But I just want to remind you guys to go to designingyourlifetoday.com/success series and register, get your name on the list, and you're going to receive more information about our Summer Success Series. We have the kind of pre-launch July 13th, and then we actually go into the 6-week series starting July 20th. So with that being said, I want you guys to remember to do life with power, knowing that you're built by design to win.